Attention up, citizens, Silverbolt here. You're listening to and are watching Chasimus Rider Video Reviews. A review that values strength, honor, majesty, and, well, hopefully, unlike myself, vital intelligence.
This is a video response to 5 awesome Transformer guys. I think this week's topic is all about not Transformers. I got into Tokusatsu about a year ago now, and what I want to talk is about Kamen Rider, just like Matt did, Timey did in his response to this. I want to talk to Kamen Rider and some Super Sentai. I want to talk about those two shows. So let's type in I'm going to type in Kamen Rider and bring up the wiki, because I think the wiki is amazing. And let's see. History. Shotaro Ishinomori or Morai. Okay. Both series were created by Shotaro Ishinomori. I think I pronounced the last name right. Ishinomori. Shotaro Ishinomori. He was born in 25th, 1938 and sadly died in 1998. He worked on Kamen Rider 1, as we're going to call it. All those, and all the way to Black RX and through J. He was working on Kamen Rider Cougar before his passing. As it says here, Ishimori died of a heart failure on June 28th, 1998, just 3 days after his 60th birthday. His final work was Tokusatsu superhero series Voice Luga, televised a year later. 2 years later, the Kamen Rider series would be revived with Kamen Rider Cougar. All the series made in the Heisei period credits Ishinomori as the creator. The Ishinomori Manga Museum, named in his honor, opened Ishinomori Miyagi. In 2001, special trains in Senzeki Line were commissioned, featuring his artwork, generally leading to the museum. His work is planned. So, this mentions that he was working on Cougar way before his death. And in 2000, Toei brung it up and finished it, and then credited it for him. And with Kamen Rider, I got into Kamen Rider through Shinkenger due to the 2 episodes that Shinkenger was mentioned in Decade. I watched the curse word series known as Saban's Mask Rider. Yes, I said it. I said the curse word. Yes, something bad's gonna happen to me. Some bad editing's gonna happen to me. That's the curse. Anyway, back to topic. So, every Kamen Rider series, including Kamen Rider Oz. Yes. If you're watching this, look at the precious driver. Look at it. And yes, there's going to be a lot of puns with this. I'll credit it with him. I think it goes the same with Super Sentai. He helped make Super Sentai as well. Because it says here he worked on Secret Task Force Go Ranger, first Super Sentai series, and I think he's credited also as well. Ganbarai Rokon. But yes, Super Sentai is initially Japanese Power Rangers. As well. It's Japanese Power Rangers, but a bit more violent, a bit more blood, more anime violence. Let's just keep it to that, anime violence. And I got into that through Go Onja. How I got into Go Onja Sentai was, I seen the episode that was poorly dubbed by Disney for that one Dino Thunder episode, and I've seen a few Sentai clips of the Gal Rangers dying and that. But then I've seen reviews of the Go Onja stuff through Collection DX, and I went, I want to watch that. So I went online, went to Veo, typed in Engine Sentai Go Onja, watched episode 1 all the way to the end, and I was drawn in. I then went and watched Decade, not Decade. Then I watched Shikanja and started watching Shikanja, and when I saw those mentionings, I thought I'll wait till I watched all the other episodes of Shikanja, but I knew I was missing a part of the plot line in Shikanja due to those 2 episodes. Links the series in and actually have something. And everything. So that's one of the things. Like I said, I will do a lot of O's transformations. Well, just this one. Scanning charge! Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so Kamen Rider, Super Sentai. Super Sentai started through with Go Ranger. It started with Himitsu Sentai, Go Ranger. Then it says it aired from 1975 to 1977 with the first Sentai series developed by Shotaro Ishimori. The Go Rangers are a super technical spy team that fights against a secret terrorist monsters force, the Black Cross Army, Jaka Dengekitai. And in 1977 it features a team of cyborgs based on a playing card motif. Jack, Ace, King and Queen, later joined by another member who takes over the leadership roles. Jaka also had the feature film that served as a crossover with Go Rangers. This use of a crossover would not happen again until 1995, when it began an annual tradition for a V Cinema release. Next one was Battle Fever J, and aired in 1977. What features an international group of characters. The series was the first to be produced by Marvel Comics. Ooh! Sentai! Japan! Japan Marvel Comics produced Battle Fever J. That's actually some... I didn't know either. Did you guys? I'm just reading it off the side because I can't memorize stuff as well. So I'm still you're not seeing what I'm reading off here. You're seeing me and my Taka medal. My Taka medal. By Marvel Comics. After Toei and Marvel worked together on Spider-Man, the series was the first to be and featured characters resembling Captain America and Miss America. Battle Fever J also featured the first giant robot, an idea carried over from the Spider-Man production. From then on, the series' official name came to be Super Sentai. Cool. Then we came to the Denshi Sentai Denzi Man. Or was it Denji Man? but it says here Denji Man. This was aired in 1980 and was the first series completely produced by Toei. It is the first series to have transforming giant robots and utilise an actual lens visor in the suits helmets, unlike previous series where the visors were made of the same fibre of the helmet. Then Taiyo Sentai Sun Vulcan was aired in 1981 and served as an indirect sequel to Denji Man, with Machiko Soga's Queen Hendrian character returning. It featured the first combining robot to be used, a trend that continued throughout the Super Sentai series. Ooh. Then Dai Sentai Gogol 5 aired in 1982 and featured motifs based on gemstones, ancient civilizations and rhythmistic gymnastics. Then we have Kagaku Sentai Dynaman, aired in 1983 and was the first. Yeah, not Denji Man. It is Denji Man. So when I before when I said Denji Sentai Denji Man, it's actually Denji Man. I thought it was. Then we come to the Dynaman that aired in 1983 and was the first series to use spandex costumes for the heroes. The first series to remove the scarves. Sorry about that, folks. So it reached on, I don't know how many long. This might be a long video. Spandex costume, the heroes, and was the first series to remove the scarves from the costume, a traditional carried over from Ishimori's Kamen Rider series. Several episodes of Dynaman was commercially dubbed into English and aired during the USA Network's in 1987 Nightfire program block. Then Kurudenshi Bioman aired in 1984 and was the first series to feature two heroines on the team, and the first featuring a helping robot to aid the heroes. You learn a bit. These are just a few sentences, but still I'm talking to you guys about something I do like and do enjoy, and I'm actually happy that I'm doing it. I'm talking with you. What was it? Oh yeah, heroes, and then we have Dengeki Sentai Changeman, aired in 1985 and featured a motif based on legendary creatures in European tradition. Changeman was the first series to feature a team canon formed from the 5 teams members' individual weapons. Aired in 1986 and was the first series to aid a second giant robot for the team to fight with. The team's members' powers came from their upbringings on planets with different environments conditions. Then we have Hikari Sentai Maskman, aired in 1987 and featured the first 5-piece combination robot with an individual mecha piloted by each member of the team. Maskman also featured the first 6th warrior, appeared for only 1 episode. Then Chuju Sentai Live Man, aired in 1998 and featured the first additional of 2 new team members to a 3-person team, as well as the first combination of 2 individual robots into a single powerful robot. Then we have Kurusuku Sentai Turbo Ranger, and no, that wasn't the adaptation of Power Rangers Turbo. Just before you were wondering, to Power Ranger fans that haven't heard of Super Sentai, no, if Turbo Ranger from Sentai was created by Saban, it would be ended up being another Masked Rider mishap. It's so good. I'm gonna so get crappy editing purposes with this. Bad throat. That's That's the reason why I'm evil, laughing. Not really. Yes, it is. Not really. Yes, it is. Not really. Yes, it is. I'm probably ended up rambling if you know. So yeah. So then we have and Turbo Ranger was aired in 1989 and featured the first edition of 2 team members. No, featured an automobile motif. Remind me of a Power Ranger series. It does. As the 10th anniversary of the Super Sentai, Go Ranger and Jacko were not included at this time. Turbo Rangers featured an anniversary crossover with the previous teams. And then we have Chiku Sentai 5-Man. It aired around about 1990 and featured both an antagonistic team of villainous counterparts and a team power upgrade armor. Yeah, that's what it says there. Then we have the Chojin Sentai Jetto Man. And it aired in 1991, featured a bird motif, a homage to the anime and manga Science Ninja Team Gatchaman. Gatchaman. Look it up. Gatchaman the anime. Jetto Man also featured the first Tentarine robot that could operate on its own, and a manga e-prologue that introduced a new Jetto Man. Ooh. Now we're getting to the series that helped create the phenomenon in America. Helped create the power of the 5 tight heroes that we ended up getting created by awsome himself. We're getting to the era of the Power Rangers, thanks to this one Super Sentai series, and it's called Koiru Sentai Jur Ranger. And this series was aired in 1992. Had a motif based around dinosaurs. And other extinct animals. Zyuranger was later adapted into the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the American audience, beginning the Power Rangers franchise. Hurrah! It's morphin time! Yeah! And then we get to Gosei. I swear they used some of the names from previous Sentais that was part of the name beforehand, like Gosei, as the next Sentai series. It's like Gosei Sentai Dai Ranger! Anyway, get back to the topic and get back to the talking. Let's do that, shall we? Gosei Sentai Dai Ranger aired in 1993, used traditional Chinese mythological creatures as its motif. Mecha action scenes were adapted into the second season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Sorry, I had to do that. I don't know why. I'm just putting this on because it's in the era of Power Rangers now. And then we get to the Ninja Sentai Kaku Ranger. It aired in 1994 and had a ninja motif and a motif loosely based on the classic Journey to the West. As another anniversary series, the crossover Super Sentai World was produced, featuring characters from 5-Man, Jetto Man, Zyuranger, Dai Ranger, Kaku Ranger. Kaku Ranger also featured the first 5-piece secondary robot. Ooh. Then Choriki Sentai Ranger aired around about 9. Had geometric shapes as its motif. Orange began the annual Verse Sentai series V Cinemas with the Joken Sentai O-Ranger versus Kaku Ranger. So we got the crossovers here. Then we have the Gexo Sentai Car Ranger, aired in 1990. Another Motobile motif served as a parody to Turbo Ranger. Here it is, folks! Here it is! Car Ranger is a parody Sentai! Car Ranger, the adaptation of Turbo Ranger, is originally made to be a parody series to Turbo Ranger. As it says here, Gekiso Sentai Car Ranger, aired in 1996 and used automobiles as a motif, serving as a parody to Turbo Ranger and the Super Sentai series as a whole. After the inclusion of Go Ranger and Jaka as Super Sentai series, Car Ranger became the 12th anniversary series. No, became the 20th anniversary series. Oh. Then we had Denji Sentai Mega Ranger, aired in 1997, electronics and space travel as its motif. And Mega Ranger featured the first silver coloured hero and the evil Ninja Ranger team, who served as villains for an entire story arc. There you go. The Psycho Rangers had their own story arc, just like the Mega Rangers had their own story arc of their Neji Rangers. Oh, Nejis. And then we have Ziju Sentai Gingaman. Is featured as a classic element motif, as well as 2 additional combining robots in addition to the primary robot used by the Gingamans. Then we have Go-Go 5 using emergency service as the motif. The Go-Go 5 is the first series since Gentleman to only feature 5 heroes. Additionally, heroes appear in one of its V Cinema productions. But when you look at Lightspeed, we get the Titanium Ranger. We get a badass Ranger. Go-Go 5 missed out on the Titanium. Ha! Then we had Time Ranger. Time travel again. For the 5 main heroes are police officers from the year 3000. Time Ranger featured the first additional hero whose costume is the same colour as one of the original heroes, Crimson. And then we have Gal Ranger, aired in 2001, and was the first series to utilise multiple posable mecha combinations from a plan. From a planned total of 100 mecha, only 22 were utilised in the series run. It also began the tradition of the film adaptation of a double bill with the year Kamen Rider series films. Gal Ranger also served as the 25th anniversary series featuring the Hakuju Sentai Gal Ranger vs Super Sentai crossover V seminar release. Nippu Sentai Hurricane it was aired in 2002. Had an ninjutsu motif. Elements from Kaku Ranger as well as Live Man Hurricane featured the rival Goranger team with the insect-themed powers. The free agent Shurikangers, and a series of smaller mecha. That serves weapons for the team's robots. Barukuru Sentai Aba Ranger, aired in 2003 and used a dinosaur motif, as with Jew Ranger. It is the first series to present an alternate transformation for one of the members, Abba Red into Abba Max, a solo evil warrior Abba Killer and sentient mecha that speaks in the Japanese language. Zoo Ranger, Gigaman and Gal Ranger also features sentient mecha, but they could not speak Japanese. Tokuso Sentai Deco Ranger, aired in 2004 and used a crime fighting motif, with the heroes fighting extraterrestrial criminals. Decorator features the first semi-regular 7th hero, Deca Master, and the 3 additional heroines, who appear once each throughout the series. Decker Swan, episode 36, Decker Bright, episode 40, and Decker Gold, Decker Ranger the movie, Full Blast Action. The series started the tradition of a passing of the torch segment after the ending credits of the series finale. The Red Warrior of the series that has just ended interacts with the Red Warriors of the upcoming series. Mario Sentai Magi Ranger, aired in 2005, uses a motif of magic mecha that are the heroes' transformed. Magi Ranger features an entire family of heroes. The core team are all brothers and sisters. The sixth hero marries one of the core team's members, and rarely used seventh and eighth heroes are the parents to the core team. Go-Go Sentai Boukanger, aired in 2006, used an adventure and treasure hunting motif. It is the first series to be filmed in high definition. As the 30th anniversary series, it includes the 30th Sentai Encyclopedia featuring at the end of each episode, and the Go-Go Sentai Boukanger vs Super Sentai V-Cinema release. Unlike the previous series, Boukanger featured multiple groups of loosely allied antagonists instead of one overarching antagonist group. Juroken Sentai Geki Ranger, aired in 2007 and used the Chinese martial arts, eventually incorporating Muay Thai and Karate in its edition Warriors. Themes with a wild animal motive. Instead of robots, the mecha of Geki Ranger are manifestations of heroes. Key. Geki Ranger is also unique is that the story also focused on the show's two primary antagonists turned anti-hero and introduced the first new coloured hero, Violet, in 10 years. Engine Sentai Go Anja, aired in 2008, features the ecological theme. The antagonists are seeking to pollute the earth. It also features the first female additional hero, who joins with a male additional hero, bringing the team size to 7 regular members and the first 12-piece combination robot. Go Anja was also the first Super Sentai series to have a theme song single reach the top 10 of Oricon Weekly charts after selling 22,000 records in the first week of the beginning being released, and the theatrical release of the Verse series entirely, Engine Sentai vs Gekirei, commemorates the 15th entry of the first series. Samurai Sentai Shikenja, aired in 2009, using a samurai and of aspect of Japanese culture as its motif. Like Go Anja before it, its theme song single also ranked highly on the Oricon, reached 4th on the daily ranking charts on its day of the release, and peaking 6th on the weekly charts. For the first of the week of the release, Shikenja featured the first crossover with the Kamen Rider series. It aired alongside it, Kamen Rider Decade. It also features the first female Red Warrior, introducing towards the end of the series. Tenso Sentai Go Senja, aired in 2010. The series is tied with the new Super Sentai Battle Daiso arcade game. The protagonist uses variations of the cards featured in the game to perform such a transforming summoning war weapons and the mecha, and enacting various elements, powers. Various groups and antagonists appeared in the series one after the other, but all featured one common character. Kaizuku Sentai Go Kaija is the title of the 11th 2011 Super Sentai series with a pirate motif, and as the 35th anniversary series, the protagonist will have access to the powers of the previous 34 Super Sentai! Right. There you go. There's a little history about Super Sentai. I'm not doing all that again for Kamen Rider. Ugh. There'll be links to 2 websites in the description if you want to learn more. KamenRiderLegacy.com and SuperSentai.com. SuperSentai.com, when you get to this, when the page loads, it will be known as Super Sentai Time Capsule. There you will learn. You can learn each individual Sentai series characters, along with, and there will be like a tokusatsu like boxing where you click down, you can go to the other sites that the creator made, and you can do that and everything. With Sentai, if you're getting into into Super Sentai. I recommend, if you're a Power Ranger fan and you just got back into it through Samurai, I recommend Samurai Sentai Shikenja. Kamen Rider Decade was my first Sentai. Kamen Rider series. I recommend that if you want a history of the other Kamen Rider series. They are parallel worlds of the actual series that were in the Kamen Rider series. But I do say I recommend you going and check them out. Anyway. That's what I like apart from Transformers. I have other things I like apart from Transformers, like anime. I could have talked about anime, but I mainly focused it on Super Sentai. As you can see, I've read nearly a brief biological things from the computer about it to you guys. With my lucky medal. Kamen Rider, us. And to end it, Henshin! So, this was Jasmus Rider with a Jasmus Prime vlog. Jasmus Prime vlog. And it will be titled as... My vlogs from now on will be part of my season 2, so they will also have my openings. As in my openings, I have created a better version of my openings, and you will see them. So anyway, this will be a long video. I can tell this is going to be a long video, so I have to wait till I'm back in college to upload this. But anyway, see you next time. Jasmus Rider out. Reviews coming. I got tracks, Wind Charger, Jazz coming up. I've got something very special with Jazz. I'm going to try and stretch that to a 25-minute mark, maybe more. Tracks, Wind Charger up for season 2. That's pretty much it. And I've got other figures that will be part of season 2. But anyway, this was a response to 5 awesome Transformer guys. To this week's, or when this will be uploaded, will be last week's topic. This week's topic, if I be able to upload it today or next week, will be last week's topic on not Transformers. Anyway, see you next time. Jasmus Rider out. Bye.